Campanella, campanella, suona bella bella, mo che festa nata volta t'accatto una festa bella, campanella, campanella, suona bella bella.
Hello, welcome to Debbie's Kitchen. Come on in. Look who's here. Marie. This is Marie Diamore, the original Diamore.
Hi, everyone.
Oh yeah, Mario's here, the son of Marie, the oldest son. My mother-in-law, who's 89, could you believe it? Look at her. Anyway, she wants me to make the Zeppole. The Napolitanis call it Zeppole, but
Zeppole.
It's Zeppole, and it's like a cruller. So we can keep this in the family for posterity.
right.
We'll start with a large bowl,
Okay.
and the textures are unbleached flour.
Okay.
That's 2 pound bag.
2 pounds.
It's spilling.
Wow.
2 pounds.
Not
Heckers.
too big.
Has to be Heckers.
But that
Why
was-
does it have to be Heckers?
Because that's the ingredients that go into making a fantastic Zeppole.
We're gonna drain it on the, a paper, right, Mom?
Not on a paper like that. It's a paper towel I want them on after they come out of the oil.
It has to go on a paper towel. Why? It's so much better, Mom.
No, it's not.
Fleischmann's yeast.
Has to be
Yeah.
Fleischmann's.
Fleischmann's
It
yeast.
has to be, yeah.
And it comes
has to
three in a
be
pack, so
three.
that's
It has to be, yeah.
the
So-
oil and the confectioner's sugar for later.
So put in the
Put this in.
Do they have Heckers flour and Fleischmann's yeast in Naples?
Who knows, but to each his own. You have to start simmering a quart, skim milk, this is a quart and 3/4 of skim milk, not to bring it to a boil, but to simmer it. And then add the yeast once it's simmered. Yeah,
2, 4.
6, right?
that's it, Deb. Yeah, that's plenty.
And not another cup?
No.
All right,
That's
so
fine.
6 cups.
Okay, now you want me to simmer this?
Simmer it, not bring it to a boil. That would be horrible.
Simmer the milk.
Simmer down.
Simmer your sister's ass.
I actually had the opportunity when Brandy was young. She had a project show and tell in school. So she said to me, what can I bring? So I showed her how to make the Zeppoles, and she brought them to school. And on her way back, which was when I was living in Bohemia, I saw her crying as she was crossing the street to come into the house. And I said, what's wrong? She said, no one saved me a Zeppole. I had to make a new batch. You have to irrigate the dough and get it in 3 different bowls to irrigate it and make it lighter each time, because once you add the skim milk to this with this, yeast and a pinch of salt, you have to cover it with a clean dishcloth and put it in a corner and wait about 25 minutes for it to grow. And once it grows, once it grows, you beat it down again and put it in a larger bowl to grow again.
Mm-hmm.
And you do that 3 times.
It grows,
That
it grows.
makes the dough very, very light. See, people sometimes are very lazy when they want to make anything that's exotic like Zeppoles. And you can't be in a hurry, and you got to do it the right way.
No shortcut.
The Diamore name is revered in Italy. D apostrophe stands for royalty, and D amor means of love. In fact, my husband, when Melody was born and Debbie was looking for a name, he said, why not call her Melody, Song of Love? I said, it's D apostrophe, capital A M O R E, it's Diamore. I said, I resent like hell people that say D'amore. I said, I don't like that, and I don't want to hear that.
You hear that, YouTubers? She don't want to hear d'amore. Sounds pretty though.
It's Diamore.
But it does sound pretty. D'amore.
Yeah, but Diamore
So,
is...
Don't say d'amore.
and so they're revered in Italy and revered in Ronkonkoma too.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful name that you could be born with. It means of love, and I have
Or
7
married into,
children.
right, Mario?
What?
Or married into.
You couldn't.
What
wait.
what name did you have before you were?
My
Married.
maiden name
Mm-hmm.
was Guadagno, and I
Okay,
had
so you
asked,
traded up.
I had asked my dad if that had a meaning to it, and he said in Italy, Guadagna means earn.
Yes, that's right.
And so I said, okay, earn love.
Is this good?
Yeah.
Milk?
Yeah.
Now, did Mario help when he was a child with the Zeppole?
No.
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 Debbie's kitchen.
Now you have a lot of daughters, right? They must have been helping you.
I have 4 daughters and
Yeah.
3 sons. They all learned.
And a stepson.
I was working.
Mario was struggling though. What was he
Mario,
like?
As a boy,
I worked.
He was, I think, 7 or 8 when
7.
my husband took him to a barber shop, and he wanted to earn money, and so
An entrepreneur.
he started to clean up the hair
Polish shoes.
and polish shoes, and to earn money.
So he was a shoe shine boy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
so
in
cute.
fact, on Granada Parkway, he was very anxious when school started to go to school. But we lived near the beach a couple of doors away, and he went up a couple of days before
Alright,
school
hold on.
opened,
Let me
and
get
what
this.
happened was bitten by a green fly right here, and his face blew up.
Hold this bowl.
And when his face blew up, they wouldn't allow him to go to school for a week.
Did you think that affected his development?
Very good.
No, he was really a very caring kid, and he had a good role model, my husband.
Amen.
Yes, can we have a word? Because I don't think I ever got to meet Mario's father. Why don't you tell us a little bit about him?
He was an airplane mechanic who had 12 A&E licenses because he worked at first with American Airlines, Lockheed, and then he went to Flying Tigers. And when Kennedy came to go to the airport to see his plane to take off, he asked who worked on his plane, and they introduced him to my husband. He came over to my husband and said, "Tony, I heard you were in charge of my plane. You did a great job," and he shook Tony's hand.
So your husband got to meet Kennedy?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, Mario, that's perfect. Now we gotta cover it. My mother-in-law and my mother happened to be working in the same factory
Olivia and Nicolina.
on Sterling Place in Brooklyn. And my mother was the floor girl, and my mother-in-law was the operator. And my mother-in-law went over to my mother and said, "I have a nice son." She said, "I'd like to find him a nice girlfriend." And my mother said, "Well, I have a nice daughter, and we would like to find her a nice boyfriend." I actually was, at that time, 17, and not barely 17. And my mother-in-law introduced me to my husband by inviting me to dinner with my mother. And he came down from the rooming house that they had and owned, and he introduced himself to me. And then I was invited the following Sunday to go back to see them again. And my father-in-law had company. And when I was introduced to his company, which was my sister-in-law's mother and father, he actually said, "I'd like you to meet Marie, my daughter-in-law." I was floored. He accepted me as his daughter-in-law in a week.
My.
And there wasn't a thing that man wouldn't do for me, because he was kind, considerate, loving. And at one time, when Tony was working downstairs in the basement, I said, "Well, let me bring Tony a cup of coffee. I know he's working hard." He grabbed my hand, my father-in-law, and said, "I love you because you love my son."
That's beautiful.
I will be 90 in May, and I will be
Carol,
90 in October.
Twins.
So I got to
Carol,
be for a
I'm
couple
gonna
of
put your
months.
phone
Right,
on.
right.
But I better have you be by a couple of
Who's
children.
this?
That's mine.
Uh-huh.
7?
Yes.
Now that stuff has to go home.
Just 4.
Okay, so this is a very special moment for PJ and Mario and I and Carol and Tim, because we have here
The summit meeting of the Rat Pack.
our three leading
Now
ladies.
that's good. And then cover it and put it back in the corner.
Can't you do anything right?
I'll continue.
Why did
Yes,
you start
Debbie.
with
Our
16
three
minutes?
leading ladies, PJ's mom, my mother-in-law.
Debbie, you want to let
You want to
us
name
roll?
them? They have names. They're not just
I'm
mom.
bad with names. You name them.
Well, you don't know my mother's name?
I do know your mother's name.
What is it?
It's
Come on, you can do it.
Rosemary
Yeah.
is Carol's mother.
Correct.
Marie, that is your name, right? Marie. And
My
Mrs.
mother is Marie
Cedino.
Rose.
Mrs. Cedino.
Rosemary,
Francesca.
Marie, and Marie Rose.
My name is Frances. My first name. My middle name is Lynn.
Lynn. My middle name.
I can't believe you forgot my mother's
No, I
name.
didn't forget it.
You know, what did you used to make at Christmas time?
What was the thing everybody wanted you to make
you
at
could talk about
Christmas?
two things. You could talk about Christmas, but you could also talk about Easter.
Easter. Pizza rustica.
She may be Polish, but she made a mean pizza rustica.
Oh, Carol, you're talking about the, what is it called again? The little
Strufoli.
red balls?
Oh, yeah.
Sweaty ball. Didn't she go to the doctor for that?
Yeah, honey balls.
Honey
Strufoli.
balls, yeah.
Strufoli.
Yeah, strufoli, right.
So how did you make those?
And how big were those balls?
I beg your pardon.
Well, I don't know how big they were, but they were sticky.
They were sticky. They were gooey.
Oh, God.
Well, why don't you tell us about something you used to make at Christmas that that you don't make anymore?
Oh, I do make it.
All right, what is it?
Tim, did you want
Because your
some?
sister wants the
Okay.
lace cookies that I make with Caro syrup.
Oh my God, I love those.
You love those?
You gotta teach me how to make those.
Up, next episode.
I'm working on it.
Lynn. Right.
Serve all day.
Then I also make Spritz cookies, like my mom used to make. Because I have the old
The old
fashioned.
fashioned.
No, it's not like this. It's like a
You
scoop.
turn it, yeah.
It's a tube with a screw. And then you change out the plates inside and
Just
that's
spend time and get to know him.
Just up. Where are we now? This is
Okay.
only 5 hours later.
So, I'll show you in a minute how I dipped it in. I just dropped it in.
That's what he said.
My mother-in-law said drop it in or just drop it. Okay, PJ, I flipped them over. Do you see it?
Yeah, they're turning brown.
They turned brown on the other
Look
side.
at that, how nice.
Ooh! When you drop it in, you're gonna get a different shape every time.
Yeah.
Don't overcook it.
So many rules.
There's a lot of rules to make Zeppole. Oh, what did you do? She burnt the plastic. Look,
Debbie!
Joanne.
I know. Could you
Oh
believe
my
it?
God,
What I just
Debbie!
did?
Joanne.
Look, it's on the side over here. What the
Looks
hell?
like cheese.
Jesus.
You. Oh,
Those look like
she
lips.
ruined it.
Right.
And Barbara will
It's only a little bit. Non the poco body, huh?
Debbie, what's cooking?
You got a little ass in there. I put two in. I dropped it in. They stuck together.
Cute as a
It could
baby's
either
ass.
be an ass or tits.
Let's powder it. Like baby powder.
Look, it's perfect.
Let me get the dust.
Take it out.
It's not ready, is it?
Get the A&D
Oh,
ointment.
look, it's an action shot.
Look, Debbie.
Oil
Get
is
that
sizzling.
greasy ass out.
Here it is. But one cheek's bigger than the other.
Well, you know.
Also on the computer where I do crossword puzzles, Oh, yeah, oh my God, these are so small. These are nice
Well,
size.
those were the tester ones.
Okay. And when they cool off a little bit, sprinkle them with the confectionery sugar.
Chop, chop.
Chin down.
Okay.
Chop, chop.
You know what, PJ? There's a little bowl
Do
behind
you do it in both sides or only the top?
Well, I'll do it on both sides. Here. Look.
Let PJ taste one. I want to hear what he has to say.
Peekity.
What's the verdict?
There's some napkins here.
Delicious.
This is. What do you think?
Merry Christmas to you. Buona Natale
sugar. Here's to Debbie's kitchen. Long may it live in grease and flour.
Amen.
Debbie's favorite.
That's about it. Sit down.
leave.